Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Bants and Rants. My name is Ace Kanti. Today I have with me two fine gentlemen, two beautiful ladies here. From Twitter, they are influencers, as people say. I can't attest to that. I would ask them, we'll take their opinions. To my right, we have
Twilight.
And you?
BRB.
2:30. Don't be calling me a woman because Ari Brand.
I'm Amma.
So on this episode, we are going to be talking about Twitter and making money on social media. We have with me here Twitter influencers. I'm going to ask them if they claim they are an influencer. Who do you influence? Or are you an influencer or not? I would start with Abua Banku. We have been on Twitter where people say that you are an influencer. Yeah. You are not. People argue about that. Are you an influencer? And if you are, who do you influence?
I am an influencer. If you remember the last time, the tweet I made about me being an influencer and going to where's that place? Maybe I'm police soldier for
Ashama.
Me going to Ashama, and if they are going to beat me or not. Now that should tell you that I am an influencer. I know I am an influencer. You understand? And I would not have to say I am an influencer because now artists, brands that I work with will attest to the fact that I've changed some parts of their business life. You understand? So if anyone argues whether I'm an influencer or not, that is their problem. But with the brands that I work with or the artists that I work with, I think they believe and know what I can do for them.
Okay. And then Amma, I'll take it from your side. Are you an influencer?
Yes.
You're an influencer?
Yes.
Who do you influence?
People who love to read.
Okay.
I make a lot of posts about books on my Twitter and Snap too. So I get people who DM me to ask for recommendations. So I think I do influence people who like to read.
And then Twilight. Before I go to you, I'll come to Twilight. I have a reason why I skipped here. Twilight, are you an influencer?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. Uni name Musa.
Main fan is there are some people who think I'm an influencer. There are others who doubt. Me personally, I don't have a tag on my brand.
Okay.
Yeah. So, however you see me, take it down.
Okay. Before I go to you, ladies and gentlemen, we have one funny thing on Twitter. Twitter belongs to who? Elon Musk, right? Ghanaians have separated Twitter into two: Abenquine Twitter and Estate Twitter. The reason why I skipped her is because she is from Estate Twitter and this is Akukunte Twitter. Relax. Allow me. Your president is Sheriff. You are the secretary and then. So I would go to her from the Estate Twitter point of view. Are you an influencer?
Honestly, I cannot tell because, as he said, there are people who feel like I'm an influencer. There are people who feel like I am not an influencer. And even when it comes to the estate versus Abenquine argument, honestly, I don't like to pick sides. I'm just there. I don't have loyalty to anybody. Please, I beg you in the name of God. I'm not part. Okay.
Deny your people.
So and then people don't know what estate and Abenquine Twitter is. Abenquine Twitter is the people that post fufu, beans, watch jollof, pick one, drop three. Those are the Abenquine people. If you go to estate Twitter, feminist, misandrist, misogynistic, those kind of conversations, elite conversations, unlike we that we come and do trends. I know this guy. I would come to you about that. Abua Banku, you have about over 200k followers on Twitter.
Almost. He has about 200k.
Okay, you are almost, and you have about over 200k.
Yeah, I just go to 200.
Okay, yeah. And you are one person that, when COVID, I know most of the Twitter influencers got the name through when COVID came to Ghana because we were all indoors.
Yeah.
And I didn't see you during that period. You were not making name during that period. You emerged from just recently. If you are looking for someone who do Twitter trends and I do 1 a.m., you can call on this guy. Even if it be 3 a.m., you call on Twilight, he's still awake. That's what currently, I'm sure Abua Banku has hung his boots. Now he is like working for brands and all that. I don't know for estate Twitter, but I don't know if you do same. I have not seen you do that. Do you guys also do that?
Like trends? Yeah, we do trends.
Do you find what we do annoying sometimes? I used to be part of them. But after I came here, I hung my boots. I have hung my boots. Sorry, you are still doing that.
Personally, when I see some trends and then I go like to it and I see certain things they tweet, I'm like, "Eesh, that be hasty, oh." Like some of the things they tweet to get a thing to trend, I respect it. I personally wouldn't go that route, but I really respect it.
Because I have seen people from estate Twitter see some of our trends and then they are Ben Quine Twitter doing a trend and then they mute us or they report our hashtag. Are you aware of that statement?
Yeah, I'm
Why do you
aware
guys
of
do
muting,
that?
but like not reporting. I'm aware of muting.
So you mute it because what we say is, excuse me, because you can see Abua Banku trending Kumasi versus Accra, 50 tweets. Sheldon and I posted here of the day. If you go to the trend list, Abua Banku, 50 tweets comes from Abua Banku. I would come to you, Ama, about it. Your handle is XXX Howdy. Are you related to King Nazir XXX?
No.
So XXX Howdy. Where does the name come from?
When I go suspended, I created a new account and I don't know, but it just came up Howdy, and I was trying to find something similar to my old account, which was Ama XX. So I just XX Howdy.
Okay. You are one of the few, I think you have over 98,000 followers on Twitter.
Yes.
One of the few that emerged when the names of the lives of Kali J, Asiedu Mens and the rest were emerging. You are one, you and then Liptonia and the others. How did you make it? Because if you ask Abua Banku, how come he has over 100k followers?
198.6.
Okay, approximate it. 190.
9.
Yeah. So how did you do it?
Actually, I was active on Twitter before Kali J. I was with K
Poison.
We were a group, and when we started being active on Twitter, there was nothing like trends. We were just trying to say everything. So we were supporting each other. We had this retweet group. It was called Realist. And then you see K Poison, but then we all started getting our own people. So we stopped using the group and we just started tweeting and started working for brands.
Okay, you did very well on that. But then lately, I don't see you active on Twitter. Is there any reason? Or the brands have given up on you?
Oh no, I'm sticking more to, I want to focus on my book influencing.
Oh, okay. And then I would come to Estate's Twitter. I think I have seen your pictures on ads. You run ads and all that. I have seen that. Yeah, I used to stalk you sometime on Twitter. And do you think people doubt that there's no money on social media, Twitter per se? Do you think it's a lie? And then if you do you make a lot of money or you don't get anything at all?
There is money on Twitter. There's a lot of money on Twitter. It just depends on the route you are taking to get that money. Personally, I wasn't taking the influencer tag. I always used to argue that, I'm not an influencer because I wasn't seeing my reach. It's just recently I started taking the influencer tag. But I have Twitter influencer friends who are making a lot of money from Twitter. We have musicians who want you to push their music. We have artists who want you to push their portfolio. We have brands, like growing brands, businesses who would want you to push for them. And if you have the numbers, they are willing to pay. They are willing to pay for you to push it out, because Twitter is one of the social media platforms which it's not like Instagram. People will follow Instagram ads blindly. That one day. But Twitter, you have to have a certain level of validity for people to believe your word. Like the both of them, they have people who follow them. So if you come to them, they can mention a price for you and you can't really argue about it because they have the numbers, they have the engagement, they have everything. So there is a lot of money on Twitter. It just depends on the route you are taking.
Okay, Twilight, let me ask you this. We've had people that say Twitter is boring. Do you think it's true?
Oh.
Because I joined Twitter, I left, and then I came back again because honestly, I find Twitter very boring. Do you think Twitter is boring?
Not really.
Twitter is not boring.
Those who say that some can read, the others, when they enter Twitter is like, it's not like Medina Market or so. You have Twitter to rise like East Legon or Bisa. Okay. So you should know your way around Twitter. You just don't come. So you come and you see some trends, you see people doing this. You can't relate. Now, Twitter. You the bar. So if you know the streets, you love the app. If you know how things go, you love Twitter. But if you don't know, why you cry? That's why you cry.
Okay.
So that's how Twitter is.
Amma, let me pick your take on this. There's no love on Twitter as compared to IG. I want to ask you, you are a lady, you post pictures a lot. you post your picture, you would go to the comments, you see people insulting, like trashing you, your body, your image. But if you have taken notes, if you go to IG, let an average person drop a picture, you see fire. Nobody will trash anybody on IG. But when you come to Twitter, just drop a picture. You see someone who can zoom in right under your dress, what you are wearing, then they will pinpoint it and tarnish your image. Do you think there's no love on Twitter? Or do you think we are the people that make Twitter that way?
I think everyone is seeking attention. They do that for attention.
Okay.
And they deliberately do that. And it used to bother me a lot. But then now when they leave the hate comment, I just go tap on their profile. I look at their faces and they are really not worth it. So it doesn't bother me anymore.
Okay. I want to ask you, because I have seen you beef on Twitter with people, go head to head, and you have never lost a fight on Twitter. How does those things get to you? When I've seen people like purposely target you, you have been trending before, then because you posted a picture and some conversations from that side. What is it about?
When I first joined Twitter, honestly, I'm going to be very honest. The reason why I got a lot of followers is because I posted a picture in 2020. That's why I got a lot of followers. And if at first it used to hurt me because I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I just posted a picture. Why are you coming for me? Like, I used to be so sad and it used to hurt me. But the more I stayed on Twitter, like she said, it's attention. People want your attention once they realize that, oh, people actually like this person. Or, okay, maybe she's pretty or something. They just want attention. So anytime I get into beef or all those things, honestly, I always think this person is very sad in their life. So let me just give them the attention they want just a little bit. Maybe I'll make their year. You never know. Like, maybe they're not loved at home. So let me just give them attention. That's
okay.
it.
Twilight, I want to ask you this because you say you don't know whether you are an influencer or not. There's a statement on Twitter, agenda boy. Are you an agenda boy? Or who is an agenda boy? So you are an agenda boy.
Yeah.
You can sit down and then when something is trending, you target it, tarnish the image clearly. Yesterday like this, the lives of GFA released a 26-man list and then we saw you, Twilight, on there, Barbara Man, relating it to other things. So you clearly admit that you are an agenda boy. So you are not an influencer, but an agenda boy.
I cannot deny the people who think I'm an influencer. So I won't deny the fact that I'm an influencer. But agenda boy, I'll be agenda boy.
Okay. Yeah. I would want to ask Abua Banku this, but you being a lady, how much do you charge for brands? How much do you charge brands for their promotion, ads, and all that?
Are you talking about my personal packages?
Yeah, your personal packages. Or even when you guys were doing it as a group, when you started, how much were you taking and how much do you take now?
When we first started, we for a trend per se, we could take like 100 Ghana cedis.
Per person?
Yes, for a trend. It depends on the brand.
Okay. The least you have taken, how much is the least you have taken for a trend? Individually, one person?
I think at first 50 cedis.
50 cedis?
Yes.
That's the least?
Yes.
That's quite interesting. I'll come to those who have taken 15 cedis and 10 cedis before.
5 9.
And then what's the maximum you have taken?
300 cedis.
Per person?
Yes.
Okay, Abua Banku, I would come to you. What is the least? 230, sorry. Because our viewers know you as Abua Banku. We always address you already as Abua Banku. So,
all right.
How much is the least you have taken from a trend? Because I've been in a trend group with you before.
Baba.
You give me 12 cedis.
Yeah, bro.
You say I no post. I tweet 10 minutes where I go offline. So you give me 10 cedis before. How much? What's the least? What's the least you have charged for a trend per person? You.
Per person. Now, okay, you made a statement that Abenkwan and estate. Now, I don't want to deny the fact that me deny my Abenkwan people. No,
yeah.
Proud Abenkwan boy. You understand? So, we they charge collectively, then we will share.
Yeah. So if they share, how much should they get? The least you have gotten from a
Me.
trend? Yeah.
Now, train leader, they meet me bomb the SR.
The least. Approximately, just any figure.
The least. I have taken as in I was leading the trend.
No, how much have you gotten from a trend?
And there are 5 cities now. You
have gotten, I remember Alex Sam. If you were part of the Alex Sam, you have taken 7 cities before. I remember.
7 cities was wrong. Major 5 for Kufi success on as I well.
5 cities for a trend. Ladies and gentlemen, the job is not easy. It's not easy it's not easy as you see it. See, sometimes you see them as influencers and you think they are making a lot of money. Sometimes they go through a lot.
Bro, boy, and say me follow us here 6K. We'll be followers here 20K. And the 1 5 cities, no money for 15.
let me come to estate Twitter. You people who deal with the elite people. How much do you charge? Maximum.
Maximum. If it's a brand, I have customized packages, so I can't really give a number right now. But if it's a big brand, I'll charge like 2K.
2K.
Yeah.
Per tweet, monthly.
Monthly.
2K.
I
And you
don't
have
know.
brands that you are working for that pay you 2K.
Yeah.
You see why she's from estate and you are from
No, let me give you.
I'm
No,
coming,
no,
I'm
no,
coming,
no,
I'm
no,
coming,
no,
I'm
no,
coming,
no.
I'm coming.
You've created a
Let me
narrative.
come to you.
Now you've
What's
created a
your
narrative.
take on that?
You've created a narrative.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
coming.
You
Let
are
me
the
ask
come. You asked about trends.
Yeah.
That's sending a hashtag into the trend list.
Yes.
It's different
That one
from
is
monthly
different.
promos,
Yeah.
daily
Yeah.
packages.
Okay.
So what she's saying,
So your monthly promo, as she was trying to say, how much have you earned maximum?
video be cow, maybe I'm a wow, like averagely, you know, you have betting companies. Most of them have the best gigs.
Yeah.
So somebody can give you like 5K for a monthly promo. The person will check your impressions, your followers, and it's like you are worth it. So I've taken as high as 5K, 6K per month for such a deal.
Okay. You work for brands. You claim, yes, you are an influencer.
I don't claim.
You claim you are an influencer.
I am saying.
Okay, okay. How I want to start as an influencer. I have 100 followers. How do I start? What's the whole thing about being an influencer? I joined Twitter. I have 1K followers. When do I call myself as an influencer? Do I need to get a certain number of followers, or do I need to be working for brands? Or if I want to start, how do I start as an influencer?
Now, being an influencer is not just a name. It's about changing something, causing a change in either a brand's life or an artist or anyone's life. Okay. So if I have 200 followers and I can post and make an impact in your brand, now I'm an influencer.
Okay. So how do I start if I want to be an influencer now?
So I think you need to create a niche. You get
Okay.
a niche.
Okay.
And then you get people who believe in the same things you believe
Niche. You went to GIG, right?
in. Yeah.
Okay. I've heard, excuse me to say, year of the day, somebody commented in the old school fees.
Oh, of course, Medeka.
It be true. Oh, okay. So if you take the money, I forgo settle
There
down.
will be a member born. I said, man, 5 cities. So
So if you have a niche, and then what next do you do? I want to be an influencer.
now you create the niche.
Okay.
You become extremely active.
Okay.
Like you make sure you are almost always active. You understand? So that probably you would be gaining more followers. People who believe in what you believe in
Okay.
will try follow you and then take some things from you. So the more you do, the more your account grows. And I think brands watch. Some brands actually won't come to you, but they have apps or websites that could tell them your impression, whatever you are doing on your account, and they would reach out to you.
So if I let me ask you to highlight it. If I've worked for a brand before, does it make me an influencer? I have 6K followers, or let me say 100 followers. I've worked for about 20 brands. Does that make me an influencer?
Okay, like that term, Ghana Twitter and the influencer term is kind of broad. You've worked for a brand, that makes you a promoter to me. Maybe you've helped promote something. But that influencer word, like, is somebody who has actually caused changes. So maybe you work for a brand, you did not do something productive for them. Yeah, maybe an artist came, like artists better 10 but what promote you, but that one, I won't say you're an influencer. So you should do something like something meaningful and something that has caused changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anisha, let me ask you this. Do you think this making money on social media is a career path you would advise people to follow?
Honestly, yes. 9 to 5 in this country is not worth it. It is not worth it. Your pay, your salary will be less than the transportation you used to go to your workplace. If you are able to pursue influencing or social media as a career path and you are making bank, I'm not saying that leave 9 to 5 and pursue it and you're not even making 100 CDs or no. If you are making money and you see that, okay, this is a good career path, just go for it, honestly. Go for it.
Amma, let me ask you the same question. Do you think it's a career path you would advise people to pursue?
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Let me ask you this. Is being an influencer, is it a job?
Yes.
Be an influencer. So let's say if you go somewhere, what would you do? Abuabanku, Adresi, Aboniti, Abedro. I'm an influencer. That's your job.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your job is you being an influencer on Twitter.
So being an influencer and then creating content, as in adding something valuable to whatever you do to help promote the brand, I think it's a career path. Send you be bank or be ejuma no akata me say or yeah then watch. Now we need to plan before you promote a brand, okay, or an artist. Now I work with DJ.
DJ.
Balance it, hitmaker. And now before a song comes out, now we need to go through certain procedures, certain things that we've written down that we want to go through it. Say in your career path, now what's now why and some you can't, you break down.
Okay.
Understand? Sometimes we own that you have to be awake all night planning on how to move something. Twitter like this is for like PR. Now, if you're doing your PR on Twitter, it goes well because me quite IG and control will be. You understand? People would want the visuals. Now, Twitter will combine the visuals, the sound, the text, everything. So it entails a lot. You understand?
Okay. Manisa, let me ask: is an influencer a job? Is it a job?
Yes.
So you are an influencer because you have a YouTube channel. I've seen your Snapchat. You run ads for people and all that. So you have moved from Twitter to Snap. It's more likely all the Twitter influencers are moving to Snapchat now.
Oh, yeah,
because I've realized they're trying to make more money over there too. And do you think Snapchat is taking away the market from Twitter?
No.
It's not.
I do not think Snapchat is
Comparing the two, which one is better? In terms of making money on social media. Let's say if you want to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can never be the same because whereas Twitter can do a trend, you see how your trend is moving. Snapchat is just like an art thing. It can be for 24 hours, then it's gone. Everyone forgets about it.
But I have spoken to some Snapchat influencers and I've gotten to know, say, Snapchat influencers charge a lot more than people who work on Twitter.
Yes.
But Snapchat, after 24 hours, is gone.
Yes.
But on Twitter, it could be on the trend list as far as it can. Just like YouTube.
Bro.
But Snapchat, people charge more than Twitter.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, I disagree. Now, the narrative has
You
been
have taken 5 series before. and
yeah,
you still
but
disagree.
that was then. Now it's different.
Yes.
Okay. So that
So you
time,
see,
Even now, you are Banku, you pay people 20 series for free.
never. That's
You
that's,
still pay
That's
what
never
you
true.
will be. You take.
That's
see,
never true.
they should come out.
I'm coming.
They should come out.
They
They should come out.
They should come out.
The people you cheated, they are the people who asked me to invite you here.
I never cheated anyone. Wait.
Once you have been invited here, it means
my
you cheat
God.
somebody.
No.
Allow me.
This guy is possible.
Once you have been invited here, it means that you have cheated.
That is a lie.
Because I spoke to
They should come out.
I spoke to about 10 people averagely.
Mention names.
Which influencer would you want to see here?
They
5
just-
people mentioned Abua Banku.
Because they like
then
me.
somebody DM'd me that Abua Banku we did a trend 2 months ago. And then Abua Banku paid me 25 cedis.
No, they like
See,
me.
Head of trends now is you. That's how come I got to know. You pay Steez. Let me mention his name. Steez 12 cedis for trend.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, that's
true.
a
It's
lie.
not true.
Maybe you
That's
need
a
a
lie.
breakdown.
You do a breakdown.
Yeah, Adias Mabu Mama, why in breakdown? Nah.
So please, if they give you 12 cities, sometimes it's not their fault. But then, sometimes people say you could take big money. Now more pockety, what's your blog? No, so then you give them like least amount. Have you done some
How
before?
did they know?
I'm coming. Forget about them. Have you done some before? Maybe the artist pays 1,000 cities. Then you go and tell the boys, oh my 400. They sit on 600, not 400, not standing on watch it. Have you done some before? Honestly.
Charlie, here be whose side. Charlie.
So it means that you do before.
People do spy, but you no comment.
It means silence means
Oh,
consent.
nah, I say no comment. No be silent.
No, you didn't make us make
Yeah.
that point. The fact that Twitter influencers in charge low, you should understand that.
You don't charge low.
No, we charge as high as 10K or 20K or emoji. Even I know we worked for a brand I think last 2 months or last 3 months, and one influencer charged about 36K for just 1 month. So you should understand that as soon as we are any influence, any I hear a brand, you know, things you are working
36K.
36K.
36,000 cities. It means you people they make a lot of money on.
Yes.
And I realize even the Ghana versus Dortmund.
I
The
know
Ghana
we
versus
mentioned it, but-
Dortmund.
No, you know what are they talk?
No.
You say you go feed do this interview. Are they actually it's a TikTok for you know? This we see you 40 billion a month and Adani agenda.
Okay.
When I'm Kuba no be a miska. So I come last 5 6
This draws my attention to this question. I'm coming. TikTok influencers, Twitter influencers, Snapchat influencers. Let's take it and look at it this way. Which one do you think is more thriving? Which one do you think they are? And you see, one funny thing about Twitter is people only know you by your handles, not by your names. TikTok, they put their images there. So when they are walking in town, they see them easily. And I would pick that. Let me start from you. So Twitter, Snapchat, and then TikTok. Which one do you think is more thriving now? In terms of making money and then exposure. I'll take from you all then.
Exposure, honestly, I would say Twitter. Most people know me from Twitter.
So you take Twitter.
Yeah, and TikTok would be second. Snapchat is last for me.
Okay. Abua Banku.
I'd pick Twitter because Twitter, you can still post your picture or your videos and it will go. Some pictures with me 30k likes, 50k likes. And
Yeah.
Because if they are organizing events, they don't really invite Twitter influencers. Like recently, they pick the TikTok influencers
There's a
more,
stereotype.
and then there's a what
There's a
Nigeria,
stereotype.
There's a stereotype.
against Twitter influencers.
Yes.
Tell me,
And
let
I
me
think because Twitter is more about words and typing, so like they don't really think, say maybe we have much to say or do in person.
And some are scared. Twitter is like they are like savage people in the world. They're about agenda boys. So as he said, people don't have that good narrative about Twitter. Like Twitter boys there.
There's
This how
actually a
they are. So
stereotype.
that's one of the reasons why. But yeah, these things happen.
Okay, so your final words.
Scanty.
All of you have picked Twitter. Nobody picks
No,
Snap.
I'm here to. I'm not picked yet.
Which one are you picking?
Okay, if I'm being honest, you say which one is thriving.
Yeah.
I'll say
And which one do you
it
think is
depends
more
on where you are
productive?
coming from. But thriving, I'll say TikTok. When you come out.
Okay.
What I say, it's like Rashford in the form number.
Okay.
Everybody will pick him over Ronaldo. That's the thing. But Twitter, let me say one thing. When you come to politics, nobody is picking Snapchat. Snapchat, why not quite campaign?
Yeah.
TikTok, okay. But when you come to Twitter, that's where, as he said, PR. So that's where these trends, these sensitive issues, even TikTok has assembled quite a bit. Twitter where we are going to discuss. So Twitter is like the boss in all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pick from Anissa, then I come to you, then we are done. So, looking at everything, what's your final words for Twitter? I think everyone here has picked Twitter.
Yeah.
I know you guys are also on other social media, but you people still feel like Twitter is still the guru, the OG.
Yeah.
Akwana Twitter, any dear friend say?
Elon Musk.
Also about the very soon if you don't pay. As he say, you get subscription 2 months near you free. Yes, you won't hear you. Very soon it will get to you. So, Anissa, let me pick from you. What's your final words for our viewers? People who think they can't make money on social media or it's difficult, or they are considering whether to move to Twitter or TikTok. What's your final words?
First of all, there's money on social media. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, you're an influencer. Please, there's money on social media. There is a lot of money on social media. When it comes to Twitter, I personally pick Twitter because people get to see who you are as a person. That's where brands are able to see, okay, as he said with the niche, okay, this person's niche goes with our brand. But when you pick things like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, it's aesthetics. If your aesthetic doesn't fit the brand will run at a loss and they would blacklist you. I'm telling you the honest truth.
Amma, your final words.
There is money on social media. You just have to find your people. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to follow other people to find, let's say someone is trending music. No, you need to find your people, what you're interested in, and you just promote it. You get your money.
Okay, Abua Banku. Sorry, 2:30.
Good boy. Good boy. Now, I agree with them because there's money on social media. If you do it and do it well. Okay.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we wrap. Finally, your social media handle, Twitter.
XX_Howdy.
Okay. You.
Abua Banku one.
Abua Kukunte. Please, your handle.
Biawarbi.
What? Please wait. Your handle.
Biawarbi.
Take it again.
Biawarbi.
What's your handle?
_Macaulay_.
Okay. Ataleka. Yeah.
Wait.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we wrap up. We see you next time.